if you're walking and it's even a little bit dark, you could just walk right up to the air intake and down you go. I mean, that's,
Oh my God.
geez. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Adventure Archaeology. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon and we search for all kinds of history. Today we're going out on a scouting mission. We're going to look for a new spot to search for antique bottles and hopefully some cool relics. So let's go see what we can get into. Check out this little guy. Little bitty turtle. You can see how big he is compared to my hand. Not much bigger than a 50-cent piece. Got us a Pepsi down here. It's a more modern Pepsi, but we're in a brand new creek today. We're going to tell you a little bit about it here in just a second. You can see that it's embossed right there, Pepsi Cola. Give it a quick rinse so y'all can take a look at it. This is probably 40s to 50s. And down here on the bottom it does have the patent, but I can't make it out. Looks like it's a 52. All right, so like I said, this is a new creek. This is a new location. We've never been here before, and we're fairly confident we're probably the only ones that have ever searched it. The first thing that I saw when I looked down was the brick right here. It says Killian, and that's a really cool old brick. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that before, but these are super old handmade bricks. I noticed the piece of glass, nothing's on it. And then I looked over there and I was like, okay, well, there's a Clorox that's sticking out. Right, yeah. But that's not what's got me excited. It's that right there.
Oh man, look at that.
Now that's an orange crush. Now depending on where it's from and if it's complete, the last brown amber orange crush from Birmingham sold for like over $100. It feels good. Oh,
is it a good one?
It's an ACL. Daggum, I thought it was gonna be one of the embossed ones. It's still a good bottle. It's still not one that we find very often. But you can see right in that diamond shape right there would have been where it would have said Orange Crush. But it's still a cool bottle. It's just not quite as old as those bricks. That's a good sign that it's whole. It shows that stuff can survive in here.
That's a good thing.
We'll take it. The original brick columns from the structures that used to be around this creek are always a really good sign that you're in a good area. The only thing that kind of worries me is the spot that we're at right now. This was an industrial area, so this was not where houses were, but where an old mill and different things like that stood. So I don't know how much soda they would have had here or how much alcohol, but I have to think that at least the more wealthy workers or the owners of the company may have had them. They would have tossed them right over the bank into this particular spot. There again, you can see all of that brick right there. That is from the original structures. It's pretty cool. All right, so a little more history on this spot. Casey's been doing research on this for how long now?
Probably about, I guess about 2 months, I'd say, at least.
About 2 months to pinpoint where there was an old mill site, right?
Right, yeah.
And this mill site stood probably into the 20s?
I think 20s or 30s, right, yeah.
Into the 20s or 30s. But what's really cool is he found a newspaper article about this place. Now I say really cool, what it is it's really sad because he's got a 6-year-old.
I got a 6-year-old.
And I've got a 5-year-old. And they actually had people employed at this mill, little girls that were 5 and 6 years old, and women.
Over almost 2,000 of them, you know what I mean? That's but women and children mostly, so. 2,000
underage and probably not in the best shape.
No,
kids and women.
And they weren't allowed to leave, you know. That's where we're here. This should be where they crossed over to come in here. You see this pylon still standing on the bank.
Yeah, I'll get over here where y'all can see it a little bit better.
They weren't. It was guarded. They had guards and everything here 24 hours a day, so they couldn't leave.
Yep, there's your pylon right there. And it was almost like they used this creek as a moat, if you will. Like they would let it up and down with a drawbridge. Oh, I don't know what that is.
An old wheel.
It is an old wheel, probably off of a cart that they used in the mill. But
wow, the children are allowed to work at night from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. so nobody would see them actually working.
Yep, 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week at 6 years old. My 6-year-old doesn't know what to do when the internet goes out.
That's right.
So it just shows you that, and that generation wasn't that long ago. That newspaper article was 1906 or 7, something like that. So you got to think our great-grandparents' generation, there's a reason they're a whole lot tougher than what we are. It's insane to think about what they went through. But this spot is cool though. If you look right there though, there's your brick. There's your brick. This has been the original bridge coming in. And that's why the brick that I showed you earlier is down here. And that's why we're gonna head downstream and try to find more bottles, hopefully. So this is a bit different. Not something I typically showcase, but that is a piece of petrified wood. And it's beautiful. It's a really cool piece without a doubt. That might be the find of the day so far. We have not found any bottles that have the age that we're looking for, but we're very hopeful they're getting closer. All right, we may have stumbled across a thief stump. I'm gonna show y'all why. So right here, I spotted it from the bank. It's a cell phone. It's a nice older phone. And what it instantly caught my eye is actually right up here is a laptop, and I kid y'all not, that's how it's sitting when we came down here. Probably a kid or something maybe playing around. But there's a laptop right there. So it looks older too. So I'm not saying this is a modern thief, but it's probably somebody in the early 2000s. What do you got?
Small nail.
Small nail. So there's a little bit of everything right here. We had to get out and go up and around because it got deep, and now it looks like it's deep over there. So we're just doing a little bit of recon. This is part of scouting though. You gotta really be careful and pay attention where you're at when you're not used to the water and what may be in it. Yep, no deposit. Pepsi Swirl, bottom to a hobble skirt, an old Sprite piece. This is new right here. So the first spot didn't pan out. We didn't find a whole lot of antique bottles, and I was really hoping for more, but that's okay because we got a really cool spot we're gonna go check out now at an old mining company. So let's go see if we can find a couple of old mining shafts. All right guys, Casey's brought me out here in the middle of nowhere. We struck out at the creek. That's okay though, because now we're in the woods looking for an old mine. You can see the banks on both sides. This would have been a pull spot. They would have pulled the coal that they were mining, or iron ore, or whatever they were mining, straight through this path that we're in. Right now what we're dealing with is gigantic spiders. I don't know if y'all can see that. They're everywhere. This time of year is terrible in Alabama. There you go. It was coal, definitely. Definitely coal.
Now we know.
Yeah. Big piece. But right up here is going to be the opening for the shaft. So let's get up here and see what it looks like. It's pretty amazing the stuff that's left behind in these woods. What'd you find back there? Oh, the tunnel, how it's tunneled? Oof. No, not at all. You said the intake's behind it?
Yeah, it's up on the hill.
Shh, that's sketchy for sure. Check this out.
Forgot my flashlight.
I had mine in my pocket and I took it out and left it in the truck. And the truck's a long ways from here, guys. Wow. That's okay. I probably wasn't going to climb down in this one. That's kind of a vertical, straight down spot. Even though there may be some cool stuff, it ain't worth dying over. I think we need to set us up a little remote controlled rock crawler.
Oh yeah.
With a remote camera. And send it down there and see what's down there.
Definitely be the safest option.
Only way I'd go down there is if I saw a coke hutch. So Casey said if we get 3,000 likes, he was going down in there head first.
That's right. Wide open.
Y'all hear that? That's thunder. Welcome to summer in Alabama, home of pop-up thunderstorms. So y'all heard that? 3,000 likes. We'll go down that hole over there, I guess. We'll go in. So there's multiple entrances. Here's another one that goes in right here off of this side. That one's completely collapsed, isn't it?
Yeah, you feel like they put dirt over it, and it's sleeping though, it's sleeping water, so it's not completely closed.
Not too deep, huh?
You can go to Lowe's, get a shovel, that's be open in about 2 hours.
Oh man, it's crazy what's in these woods. So So you said there's 3 or 4?
I'm thinking 4 now. I know there's 2 on the other side of that one. There's no one over there that looks like it's open, but it don't go far.
Huh. That's crazy. So for those of you that don't know, they would tunnel underneath the mountain, and then after they would go so far, they'd have to drill straight down, and it would be what's called an air intake. And usually they're the most dangerous spot, in my opinion, if you're a wanderer like we are going through the woods, because if you're walking and it's even a little bit dark, you could just walk right up to the air intake and down you go. I mean, that's...
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Is that not impressive?
That's at least 30 foot straight down. That would be a good way to break a leg or two. Yeah. God. Yeah, that's really, really sketchy. I mean, and these are all over Alabama, and they're wide open.
See, it's partially filled down there, but I bet it goes further than that.
It probably does. But you can just imagine walking through the woods at night, say you got lost, and just falling right off in that thing.
Ooh,
terrible death, huh?
I don't want to go that way.
Especially if you're on one of these that are collapsed where there's no way out.
I like it wouldn't kill me, just break my leg.
Oh,
I lay down and get eaten by turtles or something.
Death by turtles.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I know this week's video is a bit different. I usually don't let y'all in on the recon of our areas. This kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how much work goes into just finding our locations that we search at. This mine site that we were at today is going to be one that we come back to with metal detectors in hand. Sadly, we spent so much time in the creek this morning that we didn't have enough time to bring the detectors with us, and it was more of a just locating the spot and getting a lay of the land. Now that we know what it looks like and how open it is underneath the canopy, we're definitely coming back with metal detectors. If y'all enjoyed the video, be sure that you're subscribed and drop a thumbs up and let us know what you think about it in the comment section below.